Behind me, we've just been in for a week, done a lot of work. We've got the guys behind ready to undock us. So first time we've live streamed on YouTube. It's an experiment. Let's see how it works. So I'll just quickly walk you around what we've done. Sorry for the hands. We pulled the boat out a week ago. We've pulled the shafts. We've re-machined the couplings. We've refurbished the rudders. We've sent the props for balancing and cleaning. So everything's good on the stern gear and the propellers. So what else have we done? It costs a fortune to pull out a boat anywhere in the world. So we took the opportunity to do a little bit more work. You can see we've got underwater lighting. We've had blue blazes from West Marine. They've proved to be unreliable, but we think that may be because of the voltage supply. So we've fitted a converter, 24 to 24, to give a stable power supply. We replaced 2 lights. I've also managed to do a good deal on a second-hand generator, which will come up later. But we took the opportunity to put the exhaust outlet. You can see that there. And we already had a spare water intake. So we've got to get undocking. The guys are waiting. So here we go. There we go. The guys are ready. We're live from Dubai. Dubai Coronet. First time we've done this, people. So I'll try and answer comments if you've got them, if I figure out how to do it. My assistant captain Peter will be looking at the comments as we go along, but you know, we may get distracted because we are launching a 16-ton boat. But just have a look round where we are. Nice and peaceful. And that's where we're going. We're going along 2 railways and back into the creek. So hopefully it all goes well. Right. Just boarding the boat. There you can see. We're all ready to go to sea. I'm in the captain's chair now. So we're just waiting for the guys. They're here. They'll get the tractor onto us and then we'll move. And you'll see, probably for the first time ever, a boat being undocked from Dubai Dry Docks Jeddah Shipyard. It's a great feeling. We've not used the boat for a couple of months. We had a problem with the coupling that got damaged. I was then traveling and diving. We then had a spate of bad weather and I didn't really have the confidence to take the boat out and travel on one engine when we had a lot of windage. Plus to that, it did take us some time to get a booking in the yard, but the yard's fantastic. You know, you can't wish for a better place in the world to dock and undock a boat than here in Jeddah in Dubai. So professional, friendly people, reasonable rates. I'm very pleased with this dock. We dock usually about every 3 years and then do a full hull maintenance check and hull maintenance, clean, balance the propellers, take out the shafts, inspect all the seals. It is money well spent. It's not cheap. It's cost me approximately this week for everything we've done around 20,000 dirhams, which is about £4,000. But as I say, that's every 3 years. And we could push it and pull it out every 5 years. So when you look at it in that context, it's not a bad deal. So let's just have a look at what the guys are doing. So they're going to move now. The staircase, I hope I've positioned this correctly. That's provided in your dock fees. Hey Laxman, give us a wave. That's Laxman. Laxman works for me in my factory and then comes on the boat and helps out when we dock or if we've got a lot of diving to do. I'll show you Peter now. He'll give you a wave. Peter's the assistant captain. He's actually a fully qualified seaman. He was on tankers for 6 years, and now he's with me learning to be a captain. He's also one of my YouTube cameramen. So sorry about the hands. You know, as I say, I haven't got a selfie stick. I have got a DJI gimbal, but I was worried how do I move it around. So a little bit shaky. We're using my hands, but we're getting ready to go. It's nice. I love being in the shipyard. I don't know what it is about the shipyard, but I just really enjoy it. I like the industrial nature of it. I like it's all big boys toys. I like all the facilities that are here. You can get anything done here. You know, it's quite cost effective. You know, I'll just show you. I mean, around the whole yard, you've got engine mechanics, you've got upholsterers, you've got carpentry shops. Everything's here. And it's not just this row, it goes on and on. If you look over in the distance, you can see everybody who's in the marine industry is here. So you can get everything super easy. I only bought the generator the day before yesterday. I had a hard negotiation, and then yesterday we were able to get the fittings, get it put in time for undocking. So let's see what's going on. So the guys are all standing by. Very friendly people, very, very friendly. We'll just go down to the, I'm sorry the boat's a bit of a mess. We will get it all cleaned up tonight. We're going out diving on Saturday. So that's the staircase out of the way. I don't know if we're going to be pushed or we're going to be pulled. It looks like we're going to be pushed. Yes, we're being pushed. Let's go round. There's some cylinders ready for diving. And we're off. Hi Joe. This is Joe, he also works for me. He's our factory engineer. What he can't fix isn't worth fixing. There we go. So I hope this is pretty good feed. We will be making a YouTube video of the whole week in the dock, everything that we've done in detail. So this is just, as I said, an experiment. So there we go. Off the hard, as they say. So we go round again. So you can see the cable there. That's going to pull us along the railway. And then you see at the end we'll transfer onto another railway, and then that will pull us along towards the undocking area, the ship lift, as they say. But you know, the yard's just coming alive now. Lots of nice boats in here. It's Ramadan now, and a lot of people don't use their boats in Ramadan. They bring them into the dock for maintenance. That's why it was a little bit hard for us to get a spot, but the management were really good. Because we had a breakdown, they managed to get us in. If it had just been maintenance, we would have waited until after Ramadan. But we did take the opportunity to get everything done. We did touch up the anti-fouling. I didn't mention that earlier. We put 2 coats on. It's a really good anti-fouling we use now. We've tried everything in the market. We use a product from Hempel. It's Glowic. I can't remember exactly which one, but we're very pleased with it. So again, I'll show you some more of the yard. You can see from here and the facilities available. You see there, everything's here. We can buy ACs, we can get generators maintained, we can buy generators, you can get paint, you can get everything here. And you see we're now moving. There we go. So let's have a quick look inside the boat. So we've got, in case there's any issues, we can get the engine covers up quickly. We've lifted the carpet. It doesn't normally look like this. This is just the sound insulation. And in the back, we've got everything open. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll just check for leaks on the rudder and the prop shafts as we get in the water. Because a leaky boat is not good news. Over the years, we have had a couple of instances. One time we were here and they fitted the props on the wrong way. So we got into the water and forward was reverse and reverse was forward. The contractor that did that for us, Timebridge, we always use Timebridge, was really good about it. Immediately docked the boat again. They paid all the charges, switched the propellers round. I can't speak too highly of Timebridge. There's a guy there, Christopher D'Souza. Big shout out to Christopher. Really helpful. Comes up with solutions. And they are a little bit premium priced, but believe me, it's worth the premium price. So, right, I'm back up. Let's see. So it's really quite surreal to sit on the boat being towed along. It's so quiet, except for the alarm which tells people that I guess it's called the gantry. Is it gantry or cradle is moving? But I'll just give you another shot. So yeah, really peaceful. Really peaceful. Peter, can you have a look on your phone to see if we've got any comments? And we'll get those answered while we're being transferred. Nice wooden boat there. You really see some nice craft in this dock, and it's nice to see them come in looking a bit tired and shabby and going out nice and fresh. So I've just got Peter who's going to have a look on his phone. If we can pick up the comments, I'll respond accordingly. So, but we're all ready to go. Any comments, Peter?
Yes, sir, there's 2 comments.
Okay.
I love your updates on it.
Who's that?
Dive 949.
Dive 949. Thanks for watching. Yeah. What else have we got, Peter? Anyone else?
Yeah. Struggling with mine too. We wish they would get their act together. Also, Dive 949.
Okay. Dive 949. My email address is usually in the description on most of my videos or on the about section. If you need any help with your boat, if you're located in Dubai, of course, I'm more than willing to help you. It's more than a hobby for me. It's an obsession, boats. So I always like to help people out and learn more stuff, because you know you always keep learning when you've got a boat. A little bit about Coronet for the people who are just watching for the first time. She is 1976, 44 feet, 16 ton, Coronet Yacht 44. I have owned the boat since year 2000, when a friend of mine who owned her before sadly passed away. She's a labour of love. We keep her in as good condition as possible. My mantra is, you know, I can't make it look like a brand new boat, and I don't want to. We just keep the boat in good shape. And we use the boat for entertaining, but the main use at the moment is to support my YouTube channel, Brian Davis Scuba, when we go out and record and film. Am I back?
Sir.
Back live?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. I can't get out of here now. Okay, I think, are we back live, Peter?
Yes, sir.
We had a slight hiccup there. Somebody called me and I didn't realise when someone calls, it stops. I cancelled the call, but I kind of had to restart it. So, as I said, experiment, first time we're doing it. That did give me the opportunity to find this little button, so I can go from you looking at me without having to turn the camera. So that was worth going off air for. The tractor unit's there, and here he'll tow us, and you'll see in the distance the big tractor unit ready to take us. So I think I told you all about the boat. She was made in 1976, 45 years old. And every year we have an annual inspection by the Coast Guard and Dubai Maritime City Authority. They're always impressed with the level of upkeep and the level of safety, and that is for me like a big gold star, you know, because it means my hobby obsession is working. So let's just have a look over here. Yeah, you see Peter there, he's filming for the YouTube video that comes out later. That'll be a couple of weeks away, I think, because I'm off to the Maldives again for a couple of weeks. Oops, no, what's going on here? They're moving a cradle, so we've, I guess, got to wait. First hiccup of the day. So I don't know how long we'll hold in this position. But again, any questions or comments, just hit us up now. Peter's going to look at comments and stuff and let me know. So yeah, it's a bit hot today. It's a bit humid. Summer is not, I'm sure when I come back in 2 weeks' time, summer is going to be upon us. That's why I managed to get a good deal on a Piccolo 4 whisper power generator, second hand, but it was nearly a third of the price of new. So while I'm away, we'll be rigging that up in my workshop, and we'll just have a drive, make sure everything works on that, and then it should be a simple enough job to transplant it into the boat. We've got a bit of work to do. We've got to put some steel plates and brackets in, but we have plenty of room in the engine room. So we're coming off again now. If anyone knows how to stop a live stream on YouTube, please put it in the comments for me, because I haven't got a clue at the moment, so I don't want any embarrassing bits at the end. But you'll see we're coming back onto the hard now. So I guess, yeah, they're going to push that back when we're in position. I mean, these guys do this every day. You know, I don't know, I guess 10, 12, 15 times. But, you know, they've just got it down to a fine art. And there you can see other boats in the distance. Lots of interesting stuff going on in this yard. In fact, if you look over, right over in those warehouses, I was just going past there the other day, and they were fitting two 300 horsepower diesel OXEs from Sweden. I didn't realize they were here onto a boat. So that was really interesting, because there's two manufacturers of diesel outboards, Cox in the UK and OXE in Sweden. I like them a lot, but they are extremely expensive. They're actually been developed and made for the NATO common fuel strategy policy. So all the armed forces within NATO will just use diesel. So that obviously presents a problem with small boats, rigid raiders and the such. So yeah, I would love to get my hands on a couple of cost-effective 300 diesel outboards. I would then go and buy a boat just to put one. Peter, have we got any more comments? Okay, well, Peter's on social media sharing it to all his friends. I mean, it's great to be young, right? These guys, they just know how to move stuff. I'm 62, 63 this year, you know, and I struggled with YouTube. I don't even know how to switch the live stream off. So I've got to figure that one out in, I guess, 30 or 40 minutes when we're into the canal. Although we might keep it going while we're on the canal. So there it goes. Sorry it's a bit wobbly. I mean, I should have used the gimbal, but I didn't realise I could switch in and out from face view and the other way. But now I'm learning. It's an experiment. So we're on. Yeah, our tractor's on. He's got a load of cradles loaded, so I guess they're going to take that to the end, push those off, and then come back for us. I'd like to get in the water as quick as, because it is humid today. I mean, it's the first really sticky morning we've had this year, and it has to be on the day we're undocking, of course. So the yard's coming to life. When I got here at 6:45 this morning just to pay the bill, it was really quiet and peaceful. Now we're a bit later, right? So I guess we're coming up to 8 o'clock. I haven't got a watch on, but now the yard is coming to life, as you can see. So yeah, they'll push those.
My family sending you regards, sir.
Hey, Peter's family. Peter's family, thanks for the wishes. Thanks for the wishes. So you can see the Giraffe boat yard is actually on Dubai Creek. It's in a great location. I don't know how much longer it'll be here, because as you can see, real estate development has started opposite. That's Dubai Creek Harbour, development by Imar, one of the best developers in Dubai. A few of my friends have moved there. They're very happy with it, but a great location, really. So yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe 3 or 5 years this yard, and a part of Dubai's maritime history will have start a new chapter, because they do have a new lift down at Maritime City, but I think that's busy all the time now. So I don't know what us small boaters are going to do for a cost-effective pull-out, but I'm sure the dry docks will come up with a solution. Yeah, that's a great thing about Dubai. They always come up with a solution, you know. And that's my saying, right? I say it a lot to people who work with me. You know, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So, yeah. So let's just have a quick look. But I don't know what to call that. Is it a cradle? Maybe call it a trolley. It looks like the trolley's empty. Our tractor's coming back on. So I guess it should be, well, excuse the pun, smooth sailing from here on in. Yeah, there you go. There we go. It's coming quick to us now. And then we'll just pull forward onto the big rails. Peter, how are we doing for comments?
No comments, sir.
Yeah, who are they?
My brother,
Peter's brother. What's his name?
John Wu.
John Woo. Shout out to John Woo.
He says, hi Brian, shout out please from Philippines here.
Ah, shout out. He's in the Philippines at the moment.
How I wish we could be diving together.
Yeah, I wish I was in the Philippines, because the summer's coming and I would prefer the water clarity and the temperature. Once the lockdown's over, we'll be diving in the Philippines. It's believe it or not, you don't see many videos on my channel, because I only started the channel just over a year ago, and Philippines has been in lockdown. But as soon as I can get there, we'll be producing lots of Philippine scuba diving videos with Finn Snow, with Critter Hunter, with Mark Carrion. You know, I've got a whole bunch of guys lined up. Chris Mears, you know, I interviewed him last week. Confessions of a Dive Master. He's based at Scandi in Porto Galera. I want to go diving with him. So yeah, you know, might go, never come back, you know. So let's go live again and see what action's happening in front. So there we are. Tractor's coming up. Looks like he's going to push us. Or are we going to get a tow? No, we're going to get a push. For people who are watching, thanks very much. As I said, this was just an experiment. I'm trying to learn how to go live straight onto YouTube. Usually I'm using StreamYard, as people will know, but I just wanted to see how this will work, particularly for impromptu live streams like we're doing today. So we're off again. We're sharing with another cradle. It's all right with me. 2's company, 3's a crowd. It's really weird sitting up here in the captain's chair. You're moving and you're not doing anything, you know. So you can see here a little bit of a boat graveyard. I guess, I don't know why they're all here. A couple of nice boats there. If someone wants to give them away, I'll accept them. But, you know, really is a boat industrial complex. I wonder if that boat getting the diesels is fitted is still there. I doubt it, because it was just under a week ago I was there, and people here work fast. You know, they generally get things done very fast. So yeah, it's very easy to own a, let me come back and talk to you. Very easy to own a boat in Dubai in many ways. Some people complain about the Coast Guard regulations and that, but you know, that it's just like anywhere else in the world. I don't find them onerous. I find the authorities very easy to deal with. They want you to go boating, but they want you to be safe as well, and that's not a bad thing. But I guess for some of the old school guys who are used to not having inspections, not having a driving license, I guess they don't like change. But for me, it's all great. Easy to own a boat here, fairly cost effective to moor it. Maintenance costs are reasonable, and there's a lot of skill. And once you find some good providers, and I've got relationships with them like I've got with Timebridge in particular, you know, the work, you can trust them to do the work, good quality at a reasonable price. So yeah, sorry, I'm looking around, I'm just seeing what's going on because we've stopped, because we need to be just there, you can see. So I think they're just pulling off the cradle, but you see they're efficient, quick, they know what they're doing. You know, there's no hanging or waiting around. How are we for comments, Peter?
We already have 4 views.
Okay, we're 4 people, or 3, I can see now, yeah, 3 people online. Great. And 1 thumbs up, thanks very much. So I'll be glad when this is all, we're in the water and I can have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever we've got on board today. There we go. I guess that cradle's going in to lift a boat after we've dropped, so we'll go down, another boat will come in, and we're on the move. We're on the move again. You see there, guys are waiting, and there we are, there's the lift. So all ready for us. And I can see a boat alongside, that's probably going to come in after us. Whoops, daisy, I nearly fell over there. There we are, we've arrived. So I guess another 30-40 minutes maximum, we're going to be on Dubai Creek and heading back to Mina Rashid Marina, the new marina we've moved to. We'll have a quick talk about that. Yeah, I was for I guess 3, maybe 4, yeah, 3 years on a marina just up at the golf club, Dubai Creek Marina. It was nice, very lifestyle marina. If you like restaurants, golf clubs, all of that, it's managed by Hyatt. Probably the nicest lifestyle marina in Dubai. But it's very expensive, and 2, it didn't really fit with me once we started diving, and that's just because of the long transit times. Also, yeah, we found the water there wasn't as clean as it could have been. I don't want to get into that. And the boat was constantly being fouled with this brown, soft, horrible stuff. So I wasn't really happy with that. Also, if I stayed on the boat the weekend, I couldn't pump out the sewage because their facility was continually broken. So we got a really good offer from Marina, Mina Rashid Marina, where the QE2 is. It's right on the sea. The savings in docking and fuel were just amazing, and ice, you know. So yeah, there was a lot of it. I did do a video about that, so you can look in my playlist, see the one about the boat, and it will be in there why I changed marinas. But taking nothing away from Dubai Creek Marina, if you want to have a boat and enjoy a lifestyle, it is a good marina to stay in. I'm a heavy duty user. We go diving, we want to be out and back quick, so that's really why we moved. So let's have a look what's going on. There we go. That's the operations office there. So you see the guys in white there, the seniors. Once we're on the ship lift, they take over operations to make sure we're safely placed in the water. So there you go, you can see all the big electric motors. So once we're in the water and I've got to move, I'll pass this over to Peter, who'll keep the camera on me, and I'll attempt to talk the way through. But remember, safety first. I'm the captain of the vessel today, so you know, I may not talk for a while we're concentrating and listening to instructions. So they're just arranging some blocks on that cradle, I guess, for the vessel coming in. We're still not fully on yet. They've probably got a little work to do there. So yeah, for those that have just joined or watching, this is my first experiment at a live stream direct on YouTube. So if I've made mistakes, if it's not great, I apologise for that. But please just give me some comments. I've learnt a lot in the last year. I just started YouTube because of COVID. I thought we'd be locked down for months and months. In the end we weren't, but I started a YouTube channel. I enjoyed it, so I've kept it going. This is a really nice dhow next to us. They're doing a lot of work on the hull. I don't know why, but it looks it might be performance, but it does look like good work. And I like some of the decoration. I'm not really a guy who likes all the fancy bits, but I think on this dhow it's probably appropriate, and it's been done to a high standard. And you can see, I hope the sun is not spoiling the shot, but you can see where we came from, and the boat's in the background there. Just the built structure that looks like an open book that's to represent an open Quran on its style, and that's Sheikh Mohammed's library, a beautiful building. And behind there in the back you've got Festival City, a very nice mall and residential development with lots of also outlets there like IKEA, Ace Hardware, all of that. And in the background here we've got Jeddah area. I don't know what they're calling this. Yeah, it was called cultural area. I think now it's been changed. I think it's Jeddah Waterside now. But again, a very nice up and coming residential development, and I think going to be very popular in the future. So the guys are still getting things organised. Let's have a look. Nice boat over there, getting its hull cleaned and anti-fouled. Wow. Please, if somebody gave me that, it would bankrupt me just with the fuel and the insurance costs. But what a nice boat. And it's nice to see owners looking after their boats. So yeah, just waiting for them to get the cradle for the boat coming in. They're just sorting out all the blocks. They need to do that because it makes the lift much more efficient for them. It also, I guess, then makes it cheaper for us, the customer, right? So I don't mind waiting a few minutes and just have a look at what they're doing. See, they're putting the blocks on. They're using some pins to secure them. I think then they do the final positioning. Yeah, I think they'll put some ropes around and then do the final positioning using ropes when the vessel's in, just pulling the block. That's why they tie all the blocks together. Yeah, the yard really coming to life now. And as you can see, bicycle, the best way to get around the yard. Just very easy to get to. You see there's a metro station. I think that's called Dubai Creek. Yeah, it is, or Creek metro station. Very easy to get to. What Peter does, my boatman, he just he's got a little e-scooter. His company vehicle is a little e-scooter, portable one. So he e-scooters to the nearest metro station, picks up his e-scooter, and then goes to the metro station closest to the boat. So this one's been very easy for him. So the one in Mina Rashid Marina is a little bit further away. Peter, how long does it take you at Mina Rashid from the metro station to the marina?
Like 30 minutes, sir. 30 minutes.
On your scooter, 30 minutes?
Yes, sir. If not scooter, sir, almost 1 hour.
No, from the station to the marina?
Yes, sir, from the station to the marina.
The last station, yeah?
Yes, sir, the last station.
Or the total journey is 30 minutes?
No, sir, only in metro station going to metro.
So it takes him about 30 minutes on his e-scooter from the metro station at the marina, whereas here it takes him about 5. So, whoops. Right, let's have a look on progress again. Yeah, blocks are going on. Peter, have we got any more comments?
Same, sir.
All right, so how many viewers have we got live, Peter?
I have two viewers here, sir.
So we've got between 2 and 4 viewers, which, you know, I'm okay with because we didn't announce this. We just did it impromptu. Now I know more how to do it. When we'll try and plan these sort of events. And I did see when I was taking the thumbnail and everything, you can actually schedule it. So yeah, quite like this. We can do some live streams when we're out diving and stuff. Maybe talk to people after the dives when they come up. I don't know. It's potential's limitless really, as long as the Wi-Fi connection is good on the phone. Yeah, it could be really interesting. Of course, I've got to get a bit better at it, of course. And I mean, as I said, I don't even know how to switch this off. So we'll figure that one out when we're on the creek. So I might even ask Peter to just check a YouTube video, because as I said, it was last minute. I had a bit of time this morning and I thought, why not? Why don't we try and use the live feature on YouTube? So what's good with this being able to forward and reverse the camera is I can use the gimbal in future, which means you won't have any of this. So this is taking a little bit of time. I guess they could have done this a bit earlier, but I guess that the blocks are kept here, so they need, yeah, okay, I understand why they're doing it. So yeah, no criticism there. But you see there, yeah, simple but effective. Simple but effective. In many ways reminds me of a construction site, right? With all the heavy equipment and the timber. Oh. So there we go. So we've got 3 on this side, so I think that side done. So we need probably 3 on this side, and then we'll be good to go. But look how they handle those blocks. Just spin them round, and then they you see with those, I guess they're steel or stainless steel straps, just secure them into place. Yeah, it's getting sweaty. It's just after 8 in the morning. This is, for me, the first sign that summer is about here. Because it does get hot and humid in the summer. We still use the boat every week. We go scuba diving. Typically, we like to go on a Saturday and Wednesday, weather permitting. But boy, is it hot. So we usually get an early start. Yeah, we like to be away 5:30, 6, and we generally just do one dive. And as I mentioned why we changed marinas, also it means we're back 2 or 3 hours earlier from diving, because we haven't got to transit the canal, and that's a lot of heat. Hopefully my new second-hand generator works out. I saw some pictures of it running and everything, and it looks in good condition. We will be doing a video on that. So if that works, it means we can run the AC in the rear cabin. So on the way back, because we typically travel 8, maybe 9 knots. So if we go far offshore, we could be looking at a 3-hour journey back. And when it's up to 40, 45 degrees C, that is hot. And after you've dived, the heat takes it out of you. Because my little dive crew of me, Stevie and Diane, we're not getting any younger. So it'll be nice just to sit and have a chat in an air-conditioned cabin with a cup of tea, and then get back to the dock, not feeling like we want to sleep the rest of the day. So let's have a look. Yep, I think we are nearly there. There's 3 blocks on each side, 3 sets of blocks. I don't think they're putting any more on. They're just banging in the stays. Oh, we got a comment. Get to work, Bri. Who was that? Critter Hunter. I'm working. I'm a scuba tuber. Get to work, you cheeky. Critter Hunter. Critter Hunter, you could do with finding paid employment as well. It's good for the soul. Anyway, Critter Hunter, big supporter of mine. We're brothers in arms. He always supports my channel. I was talking to him last night, saying I might do a live stream. He said, yeah, just go for it. I mean, he has no fear of anything. He just said, just go for it. If you mess it up, you mess it up. Right? So we'll just talk about Critter Hunter again in a minute. We're on the move again. We're going into the lift, into the dock. So there we go. Joe's sitting down there. He's going to be on leak duty, and that'll be quite funny. It'll be mad panic if we've got a serious leak, which I don't think we have. Over the years, we've only had one leak on a rudder after we replaced the seal, and it was just a simple tightening up case of coming alongside, tightening up the boat. So, I'm pretty optimistic. Let's talk about Critter Hunter again. Poor guy. He told me he nearly died yesterday. They'd gone doing a shore diving in a rocky area. Not an easy entry, not an easy exit. While they're underwater, because these guys, him and Finn, dive for at least an hour, 90 minutes. They had 3 or 4 meter waves when they come out, and the poor bloke was tossed all over the place, lost his fins, lost his mask. Was trying to get help, no one around to help him. Nearly lost his BCD and tank. Well, he did, but then it came back up on the beach. Lost his camera, but he decided to risk all to save that, so he's still got his camera. But he was pretty badly shaken up, he was telling me. So let's have a look now. All the action's about to start. So the guys are getting some lines ready. So we're securing, that's just keep the boat, in case the engines don't start or anything, they'll be able to hold the boat. You can see now they're roping up the blocks. That's how they'll maneuver the blocks when the other vessel comes on top, they'll just pull them into place tight under the hull and then start the lift, and then the boat will keep them in place. But this is some operation, I tell you. Now, some of you are familiar with the channel might be asking, why didn't I pull out at Creek Marina? Well, number one, because I'm not a member anymore, the rates are higher. Number two, although it's slightly cheaper to lift the boat, it works out much more expensive because we're not allowed to do the work ourselves. It's very difficult to get subcontractors to come in and do the work. And in particular, I only want time bridge touching my rudders, props and shaft. It's problematic, and by the time you've paid all the extra charges, I mean the anti-fouling and all of that, it's just not cost effective. It's actually more cost effective here, because here we could do our own anti-fouling. We could put you saw the socket or the outlet we put for the generator exhaust, the beneath water one, we could do that ourselves. So just the saving in manpower makes it a lot cheaper for me to be in here. Plus, if there's anything that I do need doing quickly, or say we notice something, all the facilities are here, and because there's more than one provider for a service, there's competition. So yes, for me, I think it works out a lot cheaper. So the guy's getting the other cradle ready. We've got our securing lines on. Yeah, so they'll put 4 securing lines on, 2 on the bow, 2 on the aft. So then they will be able to hold the boat until I can start the engines and reverse out. So there you go. Hive of activity. I don't know how old this dock is. I mean, it was here before I came to Dubai. I came to Dubai in 1987, believe it or not. So, yeah, part of Dubai's maritime history. Let's have a look. Yep, you can see there. Aft lines are on. One job I did forget to get done while I was in the yard, but it's not a big deal because we can do it in our own workshop, was to get that wind generator straight up, nice and straight. One thing I have got planned after the summer is to really increase the amount of solar panels on the boat to supplement the generator. Maybe even that we can run both ACs with the generator and the solar power. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that. We've also got a couple of little projects coming up. Let me just switch around again. A couple of future projects, and it all depends really on cost, and if I can buy things at least at dealer price to experiment on the boat. One of the projects which I think will happen is we want to put on jet thrusters. So instead of a traditional bow and stern thruster, which I hate because of the noise, they go, you know, with jet thrusters, a relatively new technology, it's just beautiful. So if I can get those at a dealer price, that project's definitely going ahead. And then the second project I'm playing with, I'd like to put a small electric motor, 10 or 20 horsepower on the back. Electric, that's why I want to have a small generator and the solar in, and with a big enough battery bank. I want to see if we can cruise under electric power at 2 or 3 knots for an hour or two, just to have a really nice quiet experience and be a bit more sustainable, particularly on the creek, and just nice. But again, it's not cheap to do that, and this is an old boat. I'll never get back any money I put into it. But it is something that I'd like to experiment with, because if I can do that, other boaters might do it. People with bigger boats might put a bigger electric engine and then just use that for some of their cruising. You know, I love diesel engines, but in today's day and age, you know, it's not great technology. I feel bad that I run diesel engines, believe it or not, but I do run them on biodiesel now. So that kind of offsets it. But if I could afford to, or it's possible, I would convert this boat to electric in a heartbeat. So, yeah, but it's 45 years old. What do? Do we scrap the boat? It's got a heritage. I think it's one of 3 or 4 left in the world. I'm hoping that when my time's done with this boat, it will actually go back to Scandinavia, and a member of the Coronet Owners Club will buy it, because that's where it rightfully belongs. Yeah, it was these boats. The Yacht 44 wasn't actually developed for the Scandinavian market. It was developed for the US market, and I believe it was the first GRP 40-foot hull for a pleasure motor yacht. But they didn't really get the sales they were expecting. Producing in Scandinavia is expensive, then shipping to America, and Americans like American-made boats. So they only ever made 14, and a couple of those were made under license in Germany, I believe. But there's 4 surviving. So I feel this is hull number 14, I think. Yeah, the last one. So I feel very honoured and privileged to be able to keep this boat alive. I did have to, for lots of different reasons, which I don't want to go into, none personal stuff like that. There wasn't a divorce or anything involved. It was just being able to support a boat in Dubai at that time with the infrastructure, not the cash. So it was sort of nearly 5 years. I had to leave it dormant. But the good thing about that, 2018, we did a big refurbishment of the boat, bringing it back to better than it's probably ever been since it was launched. Doesn't look brand new, but everything's working really good. We've still got the original engines. We do a lot of maintenance, in-house preventive maintenance. The only thing that's recently caught us by surprise was the coupler failing for the prop shaft. With hindsight, we should have been checking that. But guess what? Timebridge have given a 10-year guarantee on the work they've done, and we did the other engine as well, so we'll have no couple of problems in the future. Right, so let's get back to the dock. We're going down. So we'll wait till they tell us to start engines, and then Peter will come up and start holding the camera while I start and we go out onto the creek. So you see that guy on the bicycle? He was the, I don't know what you would call him. He was like the hard master or something. He'd come around every day, check what we need, make sure everything's okay, and just goes around on his bike. Lovely guy, really, really, really helpful guy. So I can feel the boat now starting to float a little bit. It's starting to rock, you see. But we're nice and secured. The boat's not going to go anywhere. We've got the mooring lines forward and aft. I've just got to give some instructions to Peter. Peter,
Yes,
so put Latchman in charge of casting off the lines.
Okay, sir.
You'll be up here filming me,
Okay, sir.
right? I'll start engines.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah, we will attempt to do this live. If the phone gets put down and you see it's a blank screen or whatever, it means we've just had to attend to the boat. It's an easy undocking. I'm not expecting anything untoward, only if it's a leak or something's loose. So you can see in the back there, right? Joe's downstairs. He's already checking for leaks, so we'll know before we're still on the cradle if we've got a problem. But look at that, beautiful. I mean, what a place to put a boatyard. Absolutely beautiful. Joe's back up. Joe, any leaks yet? All okay?
Not yet floating, sir.
Not yet floating, okay. So we're just getting a little bit of buoyancy, but we haven't got the stern gear fully submerged, so with no pressure on the seals at the moment. So the crew's now starting to run round. My suggestion to people who've got an old big boat like this is don't try and do it all on your own. I do employ a full-time boatman, apprentice, assistant captain. It just makes life a lot easier. And then I supplement the crew with people from work, the Latchman and Joe, when we've got a big mission like this. So then we're not rushing, we don't have to get stressed, we don't have to shout, you know, we're just ready, it's all on. You see here, Peter's got all the navigation equipment ready. We don't need it for going to Mina Rashid, we know exactly where we're going, but we just have a protocol, everything working all the time. So, professional. So I'm very lucky with Peter. He's being a professional mariner. Being a professional mariner, it's just like, it's so easy to train him to drive and look after a boat such as this. But it is quite funny, when I was searching around to find a school to do his 24-metre licence, very easy for 12-metre. One of the institutes here in particular would give him absolutely no credit at all for 6 years at sea as an able seaman on tanker. How arrogant is that? In fact, I thought it was probably, with the people concerned, maybe even slightly racist. Because guess what? His rope work, his helm, when he helms, I've never seen a better helmsman in the world. He knows how to navigate, he knows all his chart work. The only thing that he needs experience of to be a good captain is just docking and undocking. Everything else he can do. He's a professional seaman. But these people, some of these people who control the amateur or pleasure market, hobby market, I don't know, is it professional rivalry, arrogance, but you know, I just can't understand it. There should be a mechanism for professional seamen, especially those who've got a degree in marine transportation and who have served, to do their licences a lot easier. He's got to go back to school for 5 days and study navigation, tides and all of that. Right, come on. I probably need that training because I've probably forgotten it. And I just do this part-time, right? I'm not a professional skipper, right? But, you know, for professional mariners, give them a bit of leeway. So anyway, we found someone over in Ras Al Khaimah, coastal safety, a guy called Captain Stephen Holmes, fantastic guy. He'll be doing, and his YouTube channel was exceptional. If you want to learn stuff about tides, go and see his channel. It's really good. And we're just waiting for him now when I come back that he will do Peter's 24-metre FTA licence, and he'll probably do mine as well because I've got a Dubai 24-metre licence which technically doesn't allow me to go outside of Dubai waters. It's a grey area. It's a Dubai registered boat, so nobody really knows. I haven't heard of people having any problems, but again, my go-to mantra is, what would the insurance company do if I had an accident? They would look for any way not to pay. So if I don't have an FTA license and I'm outside of Dubai waters, they could potentially use that as a reason. So again, the UAE Coast Guard's very professional, very courteous. I've never had any issues at all with them. All the boats have a Coast Guard transponder fitted, so they know where we are at any one time. And in the event of an emergency, we've just got to call up with the boat name and they know where we are. We're fortunate that we've got the Coast Guard, and we also have Dubai Police, who also have a very professional maritime rescue unit. So very, very fortunate. So yeah, a nice place to boat. You know, you haven't got to worry too much. So let's just have a look at the dock again. There we go. So far so good. I've not anyone come up and say we've got a leak. Oh, one person, only one person left live. This is the exciting bit. This is when we go out. We've been live for 60 minutes now. I can see that. So that's not bad. 60 minutes. All that work. And we're nearly out. Takes a lot longer when you dock, because they've got to get the ropes absolutely right for the blocks. They've got to winch the boat in position so it doesn't sway left to right off the blocks. But still, you know, not that long. This is the guy that docked us. He came on board. He's like a pilot. He takes control. He's from Bangladesh, always smiling. Once he came on board when we were lifting the boat, went like clockwork, you know. A real professional guy. So, look at that. Beautiful. If it wasn't humid, I'd be really, really smiling. So, yeah.
We're underwater, sir.
We're underwater, so we're checking for leaks. Just ask them when we can start engines, Peter. Ask him when we can start engines.
Okay. Kuya? Hindi na ba daw maka-start ng engine ko? Sir, not yet, sir. Not yet.
Yeah, I've just looked at the Hiccup, or the fish finder. You can see there, we're not fully in the water yet because the transducer's not working on both of the fish finders, right? So as soon as they show us a bottom, we will. At the moment they're telling us we've just got 1.5. We're still sitting on the cradle. Yeah, so I really enjoy owning this boat. You know, some days you think, oh my God, not again a bit of work. But you know, in general, it's pretty cheap to maintain. You know, every now, like this, this lift now is once every 3 or 4 years. So if you this lift has cost me, if I pull out every, say, 4 years, so what's that? It's cost me, yeah, between 50 and 100 dirhams a week, which I don't think is that bad. That's not for all the maintenance and stuff. The biggest bill, of course, is fuel, but again, it's pretty efficient. We run at 7 to 8 knots most of the time, so she doesn't consume too much fuel then. We don't run it. Every now and again we run at 12 knots just to prevent the barrels from glazing, just give the engines a good blast out. But no, typically 7-8 knots is what we cruise at, and that's pretty cost effective. Peter, we just had a comment. I can't read it because of the sun. There we go. You see that cradles. See the cradle in front, the blocks are going down. They're trying to float, but they can't, of course, because they're secured to the cradle.
Yes, sir. Oppo R1. Hi, from Malaysia.
Hey!
Saya Mekiru. I need to work.
Thanks from Malaysia. Good to see you. You know, we're live from Dubai. We're undocking Dubai Coronet Yacht 44. We've been here a week. We've pulled the shafts. We've repaired the couplers. We've balanced the shafts. We've balanced and cleaned the propellers. We've overhauled the main rudder units. Our engines have started. First engine, that's port. Starboard engine started now.
Port engine, sir.
Port engine, not. Okay. I've just got to speak to Peter. Peter, which way are the rudders? Straight?
He said it's no straight, sir.
But that's not showing on the indicator. We've got a little problem. Nothing we can't handle. So we're going to have to adjust the rudder indicator later. We know we're straight at the moment. We're just waiting for the dock guys to give us the go-ahead. Both engines are started. Right, as soon as we get ready to go, I'll take over the helm and Peter will do the filming and hopefully we won't have any dramas. Huh?
Maybe the wiring, sir.
Yeah, don't worry, Peter, we can do that later. So yeah, we've probably got the wires disconnected from the rudder indicator. Not a big deal, because we know they're straight astern at the moment, so we'll just have a look at that when we're underway. Boat is now floating. Okay, Peter, can you take over filming? Right, so let's go. A couple of jobs we did, we've got to match the throttles, we'll do that when we're back at the dock. And we've got a rudder indicator problem, probably just a wire come off. So we're just waiting for permission to undock. It's still dropping us. Yeah. You just look at these blocks as well, that tells you how far down we are. I think those blocks are set much higher than ours. But engines are running, feels good. But we're not, have we stopped? Stopped?
Now it's stopped. Down.
Oh, wait. Okay, they've just stopped, so we'll just...
Okay, sir.
Okay, just check with Joe that as soon as we now give them permission, they will undock us. All right, so...
You ask this guy. No leaking, anything, or down.
So we're just checking, yeah.
Okay.
Just check for leaks. Any leaks, Joe? All good? They're just checking. See, Joe's just going... Joe is very methodical. Very, very methodical. So we won't release the boat down until he's given us all the okay.
No
So-
leaking, sir. Continue go down.
Just wait till Joe gives us a go ahead. Just take over the camera again. Soon as... Okay, Joe? Right. Down. Not up, down. We want to go home. So now we just wait for them to drop us. We know the rudders are dead astern, so we should just be able to go out on the engines. We've got plenty of fenders just in case. Yeah. Floating at the front, that's for sure. I think they've still got to drop us a little bit. Just waiting for the command. We'll release the lines and go. Joe? Has he checked the front fitting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, so check that fitting we put yesterday.
Yes, sir. It's all closed, sir.
Okay. Hardly any wind. I wish there was a bit of wind, it would reduce the humidity. We're ready. We can go? Okay. Lashman. Which lines first? Okay, I go back little, yeah? Okay, we've just gone reverse a little bit. Okay, so they're keeping the mooring lines on until we're well clear of the dock, which is good. Okay, we're going nicely now. Come on, cast off, Laxman. Off, yeah. Off. Lines are off. Quickly. Peter, give me, I'll do it. Right, we've got a Laxman is not letting the lines off quick enough, so I'm steering the boat. If I have to put the phone down, sorry about that, folks, but I think we're going to be okay. One more to go off at the front, and then we are out of here. Okay, we have officially undocked. So, a couple more minutes, we'll get onto the creek, and then we'll figure out how to turn off the live stream, and we're going home to Mina Rashid Marina. Lovely, nice to be on the water again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Okay, that's it, we've undocked. Now we'll figure out how to come off live stream. And thanks for watching, thanks for everyone who commented. And we'll do this again, that's for sure. So, Peter, can you figure out how to take it off live stream? Or?
No, sir.
Okay, Peter will take over the helm.
Okay, sir.
I'll give you a nice view. The problem is, because it's so sunny, we can't actually see the controls on the camera so well. So I'm just going to have to try and play this by ear. This is one I could do with a comment from Critter Hunter, because we've got to kind of figure this out now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the camera down in the shade a bit. So the live stream is now officially ended. Anything from here on in is just us trying to switch it off.
Laxman, fender up.
Okay, you're looking at me, I'm looking at you. Right, we've got the instructions here. Cancel, mute microphone share, cancel. Ah, we don't know how to stop this. Press the screen, no. Press live, 74 minutes, 26, no. Press like, no. Ah, so, let's see. Not really sure how to do this. So we'll just switch the phone off. Take the battery out. It's an iPhone. Ah, here we go. So that's what I've got to